What if I told you I know exactly why you're still in debt? And no, it's not because you're lazy or careless or bad with money. You're still in debt because of the 4 hidden reasons most people never see. And today, we're breaking each one down so you can be on your way to becoming debt-free. But before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only and not legal or financial advice. So let me paint this picture for you. Let's say you went away for a weekend and avoided checking your bank account the entire time. Because if you don't look at it, it's not real, right? But you keep spending and spending and spending. Sound familiar? But like we mentioned earlier, to move past your debt, you have to face it head on. And I can fully empathize with wanting to avoid it, right? Debt is overwhelming and confusing. And the majority of people weren't taught the basics around financial literacy in the first place to give them a solid foundation. So let's talk about the 4 big reasons why people stay stuck in debt, or as I like to call them, the 4 deadly sins. So let's start with the first deadly sin. And it may be obvious. For many people, it's easier to pretend that their debt doesn't exist. So you could ignore your credit card balance, you continue swiping your card, hoping for the best, and you tell yourself that you'll figure it out next week, which turns into the next month, which turns into the next year.
And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
This, my friends, is denial. Let's imagine your debt is a monster that loves the dark, and the longer it stays in the dark, the bigger it gets. It's only once you shine a light on your debt that you can actually regain control and make it go away. This means acknowledging how much you owe, how long it actually take to pay off if you only continue minimum payments, and seeing how much you're paying in interest or what your interest rate even is. While the debt monster can seem out of hand, it's not impossible to get rid of. The second deadly sin is a lack of accountability. It can be hard to stay on track with taking care of your debt when you're trying to figure it out alone. I mean, let's be honest, that isn't exactly the most fun conversation. It's one of those things that we keep private and feel a ton of guilt and shame about. But without support or helpful system, it can be easy to lose steam to keep going. So instead of trying to manage it by yourself without any tools or outside help, keep track with a spreadsheet, tell a friend you trust, work with a nonprofit credit counselor, find a fun way to incentivize yourself when you hit new goals, or even use a tool like our free debt calculator so you can see your real options laid out in front of you. Now, I've linked one we've created that's actually been used by people to give them clarity and a plan they need to start tackling that debt monster. All you need is the right plan and a little push to get going. You might even be surprised at how much more doable getting out of debt is. But the bottom line, find something that helps you stay on top of your goals to help you keep the momentum going. The third deadly sin is overwhelm. So you've acknowledged you're in debt, but what now? Where do you go from here? There's so many options and different programs out there. How do you know which one is right for you? You may have seen terms like debt settlement, debt consolidation, bankruptcy, credit counseling, snowball method, avalanche method, but what does any of it mean and how can it actually help you? It's a lot to wrap your head around, and when things feel overwhelming, it's natural to freeze and do nothing. But it's that analysis paralysis that keeps people stuck in the same place so much longer than they need to be. And now, the fourth and final deadly sin, lack of self-belief. A lot of people stay in debt for much longer than they should because they don't believe there's a way out and have just given up. But I want you to hear this and really believe me when I'm saying getting out of your debt is still possible. Over the years, I've helped people with thousands of dollars in debt find their next best option so they can finally be done with their debt once and for all. Even if you've been in debt for years or enrolled in programs that didn't work or feel like you can never catch up, you can still get out. But don't just take my word for it. Check out these reviews and testimonials of people we've helped that are making it happen for themselves, and you can too. If you're looking to compare your debt options, check out this video where we take a closer look at debt settlement versus bankruptcy to learn how they work and which option is actually better.